T.E.P. Episode 72. You here with your boy Jew, my good friend Ed. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. I had a short day that was made long by my own mistake. So yesterday when I was at work, I went far, and but not too far. I was in like Decatur, which is far, but anyways, I had left my car out there unbeknownst to me yesterday. So I came home and everything was cool yesterday. So today I had like a lot of appointments with customers, but like I ain't gonna lie, I was on a little bit of a roll and I just knocked them all out. And then like I swear, bro, it seemed like when I was getting ready to be like, man, okay, I'm gonna get done early today. Got that email. You left your card over here at this place. Can you go get it or whatever? I had to drive pretty much 2 hours to go get that card, but I know, man. I would have been done at like 2, bro.
You didn't notice that you didn't have it?
I didn't notice that I didn't have it, man. I thought I had it. But anyway.
What, a good Samaritan called you and told you left your card?
No, I guess they tracked it. Like the company was like, hey, you left your card at this location. Go get it. I guess they saw that like my car was far away from my vehicle, my company vehicle.
Oh, they can track that?
Yeah, they can track that.
That's pretty neat.
Because our vehicles are part of a fleet management. So, you know, they got all that little stuff in there once you do that.
So what was it? Like just what was it?
It was at like a restaurant or something. Yeah, or the gas station. It
was on the ground or like somebody had?
I think it was on the inside of the store. They gave it to the clerk. I don't know if the clerk called it, but like they can, like I don't want to put their name out there, but the fleet management company can track the card. It's a gas card. And they can also track the vehicle. So if it kind of show up that like the car's here and the vehicle's there, it probably flags them. You know what I mean? And I guess that's how they figured it out. But yeah, I went back there, and I mean, I still got home at the time that I would usually get home if I got off on a regular day. It's just that like, bro, 2 hours of my day was just basically driving to go get a card.
Wait, it's 2 hours one way?
No, it's longer. It was like an hour and 40 from where I was, because I came from like Cedar Hill all the way up there, and then I had to go. So it's probably about 3 hours altogether. So I know, man, it was rough, man. I had to eat that bullet, but
just some time with yourself, huh?
Well, you know, that's the good thing about me. I do that. That's a normal day for me anyway. So it really, like, that would move the needle if I wasn't like that type of worker, but I am. And driving is just so numb to me. Like, you know, like I don't feel driving no more. Like some people feel it like, man, I've been in the car a long time. I just drive, but today was good. And, you know, I was coming off a high intense weekend.
What a weekend.
Man, what a weekend, man. What a weekend. You know, I had like 2 sets of things that were going on this weekend. So like Friday, like every day during the day I was doing something for my family reunion and then your stuff. So it was like that for every day. And even Sunday, even though you didn't have nothing, I still had to do reunion stuff because that was the last day of the reunion. I would have to say, I know Sunday I hit a mean wall, and I don't mean a wall like at my house. Like I was in the function, like hit the wall in the function. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever hit the wall in the function, you know what I'm talking about. Like you be there.
Did you have to just go take a seat in the corner?
Man, I took a seat on the couch. We was at my newfound auntie's crib house. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But I will say this. I wanted to explain this. This weekend was good because I kind of felt, so the family I have out here, they were like distant relatives. And that's not, I don't want to say they were a negative connotation, like I didn't mess with them. Because I've been to a couple of things that they did, even during like college when they had funerals and stuff like that. And you go and you be like, oh, that's okay, but you don't like, this is so bad. If you listen to Pam, I love y'all. But anyway, you don't really implement them to memory, like talk about. It's just like,
or you don't see them enough.
To even do that. But you know, like, okay, if I go to Fort Worth and we doing something, I know I'm gonna see them. Like, you know what I mean? But ain't no real connection. This weekend, I feel like the connection was established because it was so Friday we had like the game night, Saturday we had like the actual reunion thing, and then Sunday was kind of actually the good day because we all went to church, and then after church, you go to people's house and people cook, and that's when it's more relaxed. Like people kind of just talking because at the events, people were kind of like not high strung, but they in their mode. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I got to meet a lot of my family. Actually, like meet them, like talk to them, like, hey, this is who I am. This is how we are related. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
And I'm noticing like these people are like closer. They related to me. Like I got like first cousins on that side. Like these ain't like no second, thirds. Like some of these people like my daddy's, like, you know what I'm saying? My grandma's sister kids and stuff like that. But we had a good time, man. And you combine that with what I was doing in the later hours with what we did. Ooh, it was a good weekend. I got a good balance of everything. I didn't have a weekend like it's rare I get a weekend like that out here, like family and turn up. Yeah. But I hope you had a good time because it was all celebrating you. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, man. It was for sure a good weekend. We don't really go out, and if we go out, we don't go out to those type of establishments. Yeah. So it was kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, Friday was a great choice.
It was kind of cool to see that way of life. Went to the little R&B night. That was cool, and yeah, it was a good weekend. I think I hit my I'm not gonna lie, because I'm used to one-offs. Like one of those nights, not like back two consecutive. I haven't had.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had. I mean, I went on a trip. A birthday trip, and when was that? March, maybe April. I don't know.
Yeah,
but outside that though, I'm not used to like consecutive nights of like going out and stuff. Yeah. So Saturday when I woke up though, surprisingly, I was good. I mean, I was tired, but
you said Saturday?
No, Sunday when I woke up, I was good. I was just tired.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think my thing is though, like, because we just been working long hours, man. I had a 11.5-hour work day today. So I think right now I'm just dealing with like chronic fatigue. Like,
yeah.
So it's not like just one good night's rest is going to fix it. Or I don't know, maybe. Because I've been like going to sleep at like midnight, but then I got to wake up at 6 and it comes so fast.
Yeah, it does.
Because somebody asked me how my day was, and I was like, well, my day really happened in parts. Like it's the little morning time, then it's the midday time, then like then I got to catch my second wind and work about 3-4 more hours. But it's been good. And I don't know, the good thing though about my job is it don't last long. Like it's literally going to be over with on the 15th of July. So I don't. Couple more weeks.
Yeah.
But I always think, and I have like a high respect for people because I say, man, one, I realize I'm not a 12-hour shift guy. It's just not my, I don't know. That would be a real, like a heck of a conversion for me. I do believe I can get used to anything, of course, but that would be like me being that I never worked 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
That would be like a pretty hard, like a mean little period that I had to get used to it. But
yeah.
Other than that, though, man, it's been, like I said, I'm just tired. But it's like it's just always something to do.
Yes,
but
sir.
that's why I'm kind of personally looking forward to the weekend. I had a hard decision. I was like, because I got to work Saturday, so I was like, I can either rush to try to go home or something, but then spend all my time on the road, or just kind of make that sacrifice and not do much, but kind of hopefully catch up on some rest. Because it was crazy how, like, I don't know if I guess eventually, because every 7 years, but like all the summer holidays fell to where you get an extended weekend. Like every holiday, Juneteenth was on Monday, 4th of July was on Monday, the one that's in May was on Monday.
Memorial Day.
They all fell like that, which is crazy. But random question, speaking of 4th of July, were y'all big on firecrackers?
Yeah, we were very big on firecrackers. Like I ain't gonna say it's just like an event. It's just like
that was gonna be part of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be part of it. It's gonna be part of it, especially when it get dark. Like when I was a kid. Now I'll tell you this: when we were kids, like my generation of the family, a lot of us was kids at one time. Like even like Jazz and them was still like when they was like 18, 19, shoot, Justin was still what? 13, 14, you know what I mean? And I was, we was all together, even all the way down to Carla and Nathan and them. So like we had a big group of kids. So it was a big thing for us because we had a lot of kids. Yeah. And I think it kind of go like that. If you got a lot of kids in your family, it will be a big thing. Now that we all older, for a time there when it wasn't a lot of grandkids, you was like, okay, we might pop something. Well, we'll shoot guns, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, then after that,
I don't know
when people start having kids.
I don't really know what kids like play with. Like, I felt like because when we was growing up, like toys and stuff was like a big part of our like. Even like it took a while to get in. I feel like it all happened in phases. Like we didn't just be instantly into electronics. Yeah, like we actually had like toy, like tangible toys, like you could play with. They didn't require like a TV.
Yeah, or a TV. Some of them require batteries. Yeah, you know what? I think that we kind of got like eased into it. Like people kind of really underestimate our generation. And like. People just like to throw people in the box, and this. Like, I get tired of just defending it, so I just let it happen. But like, we really were the kids that got like eased into it because like we was definitely outside. Like, I had action figures. Like,
I feel like we was like some of the last of like
we the last, bro.
Old or I guess traditional type childhood.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. We the generation that remember everything. Like we remember when cell phones hit, but we also remember like we talking about Mike cell phones. Like
your older, cooler cousin having his pager, and you didn't really understand how it worked, but you see people with them.
Exactly.
The two ways.
Shoot, boy, you was happy to have something that even made a noise, like a toy that even made a noise. Like remember you pressed like the paw of a tiger or something, and it roared. Like it's like that was like revolutionary to us.
What were your toys as a child that you messed with?
Football, basketball.
Oh my goodness, you didn't have like action figures and
stuff. Definitely had some type. Oh, I had Stone Cold Steve Austin. Definitely had.
So you was into wrestling.
Well, yes, but like, but you gotta understand, it ain't like I picked with. Like, you gotta understand my position. I was like the youngest boy in the house. And I come from a family where a very communal family. So it used to be like Jason, Jazz. These my cousins, y'all. Jason, Jazz, DJ, Justin, Booted, and me. You think I got to pick any game we got to play? You know what I'm saying? Out of 6 dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like wrestling was there because wrestling was on. Because everybody older than me watched wrestling.
So you just had to kind of fall in line.
Just fall in line. When it was time to go play basketball, we all going outside to play basketball. So like, but I liked it. So I will say I was into wrestling. But yeah, wrestling. I had my Spider-Mans, my Batmans. I had those things like that. And I think it was cool. And this is why we so smart. Because we had to use our imagination.
Yep.
I had to like put Batman on top of the like sink. You know what I'm saying? And fly him around like he on the he on the Batarang or something like that. Like nowadays, the you don't even gotta. You could just get on Arkham City on your iPad. You know what I mean?
Might as hell just watch some kids play their toys on YouTube.
Watch them play.
Because I don't know. I've always like took care of my stuff.
Yeah,
enough, even as like kids, because I remember like I had like this little plastic tool set, which I still have at my parents' house.
Okay.
Well, my niece done got a hold of it, but
hey, that's how it happens.
It was in decent condition.
That's how 3
years before 3 years happened. Like it still had like I guess I just always been this way. Like it came in like a clear plastic tool box. Well, the top was plastic you could see through, and it had like little plastic things that hold your tools in place. And I would always play with my plastic tools, then put them back. And they was like kids tools, so you couldn't. They was not sharp. They was like kid tools.
I remember those tools.
But I would play with them, then instantly put stuff back in the place it was supposed to go. I never thought about it, but I kind of always been very put stuff where it's supposed to be.
Man, we had
keep stuff organized. But I remember that. Mm-hmm. That was my jam. I remember like I always was like into Hot Wheels because I felt like that was the one thing my mom would. I could always get away with getting a Hot Wheel most times.
Oh yeah, for sure. They used to have them right by the cash register.
You remember that they used to have like I remember they used to have like a massive bin in Walmart with just all of them in there. You just go through, sift through.
You just pick one, yeah.
Yeah. I remember one time I was in Walmart because you remember good old layaway used to exist.
Yeah, that was in the toy section.
I remember one time I was trying to put a Hot Wheel on layaway.
Just the small one?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, this is like when I was a kid. Yeah. And I remember them saying, "Do your parents know you doing this?" And then I kind of got freaked out and just ran away.
Heck no.
Boys was hurt, man. Couldn't pay that $1 for no Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels was like $1.
They was like $1.
They was not expensive. I didn't have a concept of money as a child either, though. Like I don't think I remember the price of was Hot Wheels, and I think Pokemon cards may have been like $2 or $3, maybe. I guess
for the pack.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, for the pack like $3, $4. Yeah.
But I remember like I was big on that. Even my Pokemon cards, I always had the little plastic sleeves that I kept. I still got that too.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I grew up in the house with some rowdy boys, so a lot of our toys did get broke. But the Pokemon cards, those was different. That was like, hey, that was a different echelon. That was like, hey, don't just touch.
Because I think I had to work my way up to Pokemon cards. That was more so maybe like from maybe 9 to. Well, maybe 8 to 11-ish. Mm-hmm. But I remember before that I always had like just action figures. I had my little Power Rangers, my little Dragon Ball Z toys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, see,
my little dump truck. I feel like every boy had a dump truck.
Yeah, everybody had a dump truck. Legos. I had Legos.
See, I had Legos. I ain't really ever do nothing new with them, though.
I wouldn't. Shout out to Justin. He was creative with them. You know, me. They kind of got born in me. I made a bridge or something.
Yeah, I ain't fool with Legos too much. And I never had like.
But the commercials for Legos used to be off the chain.
Yeah. And I never
that whole castle.
And I never had like I had like, you know, like the Legos used to come in like a Lego looking container. Yeah. I just had like a standard thing of Legos. Like, here, use your imagination. I didn't have like the little ones where you can look at the picture and then create it.
No. I just had a bucket of Legos.
I had a bucket of Legos.
Yeah, just had a bucket. But like, I remember on the commercials though, the Lego commercials used to be so great. They have you think you could build a whole like castle with just Legos. I'm like, how they do it?
If it was like that, you could.
Some people could.
I wasn't artistic. The only thing I can make was a little plane because you can just stack something, put something like that, have the wings out.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I never had the artistic thing.
But now that you say that, I mean, I had a lot of toys, but like, well, we had the Hot Wheels, we had the Gargoyles.
Oh yeah, I had gargoyles. Yeah. I remember that show. You remember it used to back in our childhood. It would normally be a line of merchandise that went with a kid's show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like they had the Mighty Ducks one.
They had the Mighty Duck one.
Because I had one.
Remember the Pokeballs that you could actually open and it'd be like a Squirtle in there or something like that. You could actually open.
Then they had like the little Pokédex toys. They didn't really work well. One of my friends had that. I was like,
yeah. Remember McDonald's, you can get the Pokemon in the Happy Meal. And you could add them to your little collection.
Do like McDonald's Happy Meals even come with toys?
Nowadays? Boy, I ain't bought a Happy Meal. I've already cleared up.
They always say, though, like if you're trying to sell something, the best people to sell to is either old people or children. Because the one old people, they ain't got much to do but to spend money. That's their version of fun. And then young people, well, kids, their parents is going to always try to make them happy. So if a kid wants something, their parents probably going to get it for them. Because I remember like when like it'll be like a new set of toys that come to McDonald's and they Happy Meals, they would have commercials for it. Yeah, like, and that's why I would want to go to McDonald's. I wasn't just pressed over them bland nuggets, but when they had the toy, because I remember sometimes I'd be like, man, I want that toy, that one.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because you used to have a little thing in there next to the counter. You can say, no, I want that one.
The little plastic container where you can see them.
You be like, I want that one right there. Yeah. Dang, you bringing that back. But I will say this. A lot of times, like, toys in general back then, I think or at least businesses, they kind of exploited it, but they invested in like the imagination of us. You know what I mean? Like if you try to pitch that there to me, they be like, what they gonna do with it? That thing gonna end up in the gutter next week. But back then it's like, bro, no, these kids gotta have it. They want it. They wanna. Now if you want to emulate, like I said, like a Spider-Man or Batman, you just play the game, or you watch somebody play the game, or you just go to YouTube, like. But back then, we used to want to put our hands on it. Pause. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We used to want to actually feel it. And
I feel like entertainment wasn't as accessible as it is for kids. Like, you know, back in our day,
that's true.
like
that's true.
You knew, like, Saturday morning cartoons. Some of them only came on Saturday morning.
This the only time you gonna get it. Yeah.
On a Tuesday, that ain't even in your mind because you know that ain't even accessible.
Yeah, you right.
Like we didn't even have access to the things we would probably do 24. Like Power Rangers only came on set like a lot.
The new Power Rangers,
Shaolin Showdown,
that only came on Saturday.
Like all them stuff, they had stuff that only came on Saturday.
Yeah, or something that only come on 4:30s, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like the Jackie Chan show with the talismans.
Yeah,
but it came on at like 4 o'clock or 3:30. Like
you knew in Dragon Ball Z. You had to rush to get home and get yourself settled if you wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Some shows I never saw because we were still like in school. Or I was coming home from the bus, so I never get to see it. Like, and
you'd always catch a piece of
a piece or the end. It's like
something came on that Sunday morning. It was about time to go to Sunday school.
Bro.
Like, dang, okay,
yeah. And then
one day I'm gonna catch it.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna catch it. Like that. That's why that day you used to stay home from school, sick or something. It'd be amazing. It's like, well, I didn't know all this stuff come on TV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But it was kind of interesting too, though. Like, because if you did come, stay, you see like where they know people should be in school, so it'd be like a little dead period. Then they pick up like
straight soap operas.
Then they pick up once people. Because I remember Pokemon, like it had a tight window. Like
it did.
You had to get home. I never got home that early normally.
I think 4 o'clock and 4:30 because you had 2 episodes. Well, they started having 2, but the first time they just had one, like 4 o'clock. At least for us.
That just reminded me of the commercials where they like just give you the silhouette and they say, "Name that Pokemon."
Yeah, who's that Pokemon? And then they come back, boom. Yeah, dang, you bringing it back, man.
Yeah, man. It was a certain joy when you get the toys because, and like part of the reason why we wanted to go to Walmart, we wouldn't go grocery shopping straight to the toy section,
game section, like this. Boy, what I'm saying?
Cause see, I had to graduate to even caring about games. I was a straight toy connoisseur at first.
I was both. I was working both ways. Yeah. I was working both ways.
Cause my parents, they didn't really believe and support the whole video game thing. So like, I was more into what I knew I was going to. Eventually I kind of, once I got to about that 9-ish, 10, which was older. You was a kid that's considered when you're a little older. That's when I kind of started getting into games. But before that, straight to that toy section, looking at all the toys.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember them days where you see a fire toy, put that mug towards the back, go wait for your mama to see if you can ask for it, but you ain't want nobody to get that mug, so you had to put that mug towards the back.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? A lot of the time, but you know what? I'll tell you like this. A lot of the toys I got came from like my older brothers. Mm-hmm. So Justin and them already had a toy. You know what I mean? Or Buddha already had a toy, even though Buddha a year older than me. So it's like our toys was a collective. It wasn't like Juju toys, Buddha toys. Like it was just all together. So a lot of times Justin would be coming out with a Hot Wheels thing, and I'd be like, I'm gonna play with that when we get home. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gotta know I'm about to hit that mug. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Christmas we got the little track.
Just read my. I was like, man, I never got the Hot Wheel track.
But it was Christmas, so it was a big deal, bro. It was a big deal. Like that wasn't just like this Saturday, like a random Saturday mama buy that. Heck no. That was Christmas. Like beg my mama, all 3 of us to get that Hot Wheels, and we put that mug together, and it had like the little booster. Hey man, that was clean, bro.
I never got.
Oh man, but you had to put it back. It took a lot of room on the floor though, so like it was not really feasible. We was in an apartment.
I remember some people had like a fire Hot Wheel because they used to sell a thing where like you could keep your Hot Wheels in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I remember my cousin had one. I was like, ooh, Ooh, you got that together, boy.
And they have so many avenues.
I was an animal. I just had to keep mine. You know, like for like the holidays, like the cookies come in those tins. Mm-hmm. I just like got one of those tins, and that's where I kept my Hot Wheels.
I think I had mine like in a pencil box, like the pencil box they used to snap. Yeah. And I used to have them lined up in my pencil box, like an extra one, you know, or an old one. And just have them lined up in there like that. Man.
I just kept mine in like a little tin. Big. It was a big tin container, but that's why I kept all my.
I can't even remember with my toy box, but we had a lot of like everybody just had like a general toy box, but like
I had
there was a lot of stuff in there.
Box. But for some reason, when I was okay, this is Transferable Experience podcast. I tell the story.
Go ahead.
For some reason, when I was like, I'm talking like 4 or 5. For some reason, I urinated in my toy box, and it just always had a weird, gross scent.
Why?
Ever since. I don't know, 4 or 5. But I remember doing it because it just always had a weird scent.
After that, it
like,
just stuck to it.
Because I'm gonna say the tube box, it was like plastic.
It was plastic.
So,
it got stained in there.
Yeah,
it probably got stained.
I don't think we took no sanitizer, wipes, and bleached it down, and so it always had like a weird scent for some reason.
No, for real.
But I think when I was older though, I kept like my stuff. Like I said, I kept my Hot Wheels in there. Then I had my Pokemon cards. I kept them in a little binder, plastic binder. The weird thing about Pokemon cards, bro, is like it was really just us collect. Like some people would try to battle, and that would be kind of like, it didn't really get me.
It was almost like kind of weird if you knew how to battle. Like, you know how to battle?
Yeah. It really didn't hit like that.
It was just collectibles, bro.
It was just our collectibles.
It was just collectibles. But like, of course, I want to get to the root of this, but you know, like, I just think all that the stuff we're explaining, like, it contributes to the type of adults that we are today. You know what I mean? Like you could sell a Pokemon card to a dude right now that's 31, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He'll pay, like, cause that's his childhood. Like, that's nostalgic for him. You know what I mean? And I just think all this stuff kind of paid dividends. Like, I don't even know. I know they don't like 8th generation of Pokemon, but like them first 2, like anything to do with them, people coming to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know, I be into the little esports and stuff like that. Like they be killing that stuff, bro. But you know what I also enjoyed, like toy wise, because even they had toys at the doctor's office, like the little.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What's that called? I don't.
You don't know.
My niece got a little small one.
Do you know? You know exactly which thing I'm doing.
Our hand. You know that they slide on the little thing. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And you just fool with them.
You know, and they used to have the carpet that had like the little road. Mm-hmm. And even some doctor's office had the cars you can go with them, but you had to ask the people. But that little slide thing, that was in clinics, hospitals, doctor's office, any type of weight room had that little thing in there. I don't even see those.
I don't know. In my mind, I don't know what the kids do anymore if they play.
Because like watch iPods. iPads.
And I granted, maybe because we from a small town, but you could literally tell when school was out.
Oh, like, for sure.
It was like almost every street would have kids just on it outside playing. Like
full.
Because, you know, growing up for us, like, punishment was staying in the house.
Hated it.
Like, if you told me, you ain't going out. Like, I'm heartbroken. Like,
what I'm about to do now? You
dude, know come home, put your play clothes on, we out. Like,
they used to be my mama's biggest struggle. Her problem with me used to have to get me out of my school clothes before I went outside. Like, that's how eager I was. I used to, like, come home, throw my backpack in there, and just go straight outside. My mom used to have to grab me by my shirt and say, take these uniforms, take these clothes off. But that's how it was because we enjoyed it. Like, and this is what we was kind of saying off mic, because that's where you got your interaction from.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you read my mind.
That's where you got your like, you kind of know what you gonna do. Like, okay, we might play football back, or you might go outside. What we playing today?
Yeah,
but you never really knew who you would see. You knew the neighborhood kid, but you didn't know what was gonna happen today.
I might say it'd always be some X factors that just rode their bike over there,
or somebody at their cousin's house. Yeah, my cousin stay right there. Like, what you doing over here?
Especially during the summer, you gonna always run into.
That when it got spicy, boy. You know who you gonna run into. But that's where we got an interaction from, and it's like, okay, and finally, like, we were able to like be amongst ourselves without teachers and stuff being around. It's like, okay, yeah, I go to school with them.
Governed ourselves.
Yeah. I go to school with them. He might be in my class, but he might not be in my class. But like when we out here on this playground, it's like you said, we govern ourselves, and and that's where it went down there. But we sought that.
Yeah.
Even at school, the people that was in our neighborhood were like, hey, today this is what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like even in school.
And I promise, like, I feel like that's too, like, why we like so socially, like, we got like we know how to like be social and interact, because I feel like we get so much interaction
exactly
compared to the younger people. I'm sure they didn't get those hours of interaction that we got growing up with people.
That's exactly what I want to dive into, because I'm interested in hearing about that. Like, but I don't have kids, so I don't really know. I got nieces, you know what I'm saying? I don't live with them like I used to, but like I know for us, it's like that made so many people, even the most introverted dude from our era, can kind of interact with people if he need to, because he was outside.
Yeah, because he was equipped with that. Yeah,
he was equipped with that. Like if he wanted to, like my boy, you know, he's pretty introverted, but like if he wanted to hoop, he had to go outside, and if you had to talk to.
I'm not saying it was like just such a when we were kids, it was such a small percentage of kids that didn't play outside. Like we always looked.
We'd be like, dang, why you never come outside?
The bus drop him off there, but
I don't
never
know come outside.
I guess he do. Like,
but you be at school, like, yeah, that's such and such. But he don't never come outside though.
But you would know, like,
you wouldn't know.
Everybody, like, even if you would just go to a relative house after school, you knew like all the people that lived in that area. Because, like I say, you outside playing, doing something. And I think that's what made us like naturally just more well-rounded and good at stuff. Because like, bro, like you said, especially before we like got a little older and kind of just got into like, you know, like traditional sports, like, bro, we go outside. You don't know what we gonna do that day.
You really don't know.
Somebody might fool around, play football. We might go get on the swings and do backflips off the swing. Yeah. Bro, somebody might have found some marbles. We might mess around, play a little marbles, bro. Like,
and always funny. Always a soccer ball to pop up once or twice a year. You be like, what y'all doing with the soccer ball? What's
I know we wasn't fooling with like the traditional sports stuff to like maybe like fourth grade, but before that, bro, it was whatever every day.
Yeah, so
I ain't no seat.
Boy, he came up on a baseball bat from his cousin. Let's go try to find a ball. You know what I'm saying?
We just go on random adventures, bro.
Random adventures, like
let's go exploring stuff.
Man, just go jump through some alleys, go to the creek or something. Like go try to catch some turtles.
Well, somebody got a dump truck. We might just give ourselves a random assignment, or somebody got a thing where you can actually make little sand. Things. So we just playing in the sand.
I remember we caught 2 frogs in the Oaks, and we was like, hey, we're gonna take care of these frogs. Like the whole neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, who got stuff? Just random stuff. Like, you know,
like you said, every day was really an adventure.
But that's what made it so. That's what made it so interesting. And like, well, we didn't. I didn't know at the time, but that's the stuff that primed me for like adulthood. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like just getting with people and coming up with something, or navigating interactions, because you know you might have liked everybody, but there's some people you probably didn't get along with, or only for this. But as we was all, it was like we still need them to play. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I might say you just knew how to interact with all people.
You just fun overruled everything pretty much. Like,
I might say, because I know when I was like, I ain't not ever think about it. If I like, I'm trying to play.
Like, hey, we need 5 people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mamas, bro.
No, I just think that that childhood is way different. I know it don't really exist like that no more.
I feel like too, like just like I said, just being outside playing, I felt like that just helped you. Like, I felt like that's what like, you know how like I feel like the kids these days be paying for all this special training and stuff, but it was like,
oh yeah.
When we was young, we was just outside playing, so your body just had
to get
just naturally develop to a lot of different things, because you was just doing so much, and it wasn't like we was going outside once a week.
Yeah, just every day.
Nah, like
pretty much every day for me.
I wasn't going if I wasn't outside. It's because I couldn't be.
If I wasn't outside, probably because I went to some type of church event.
Yeah, I might say it
probably was church.
I think on Sunday I may have been locked in, and that was the kind of day
because it's school night. The real get ready for the next day. You know what I'm saying? That Sunday, get ready for the real school.
Because I'm about to say, because even on the weekdays, you go outside and play. It ain't gonna be the longest, but you can go get you some solid little time.
Yeah, for real. And I think that dang, what you had just said, something I want to feed off of. Dang. But it's okay. Oh, being outside, like if we playing basketball with our 10 people or 8 people, like you gonna find out what you good at on that court. You know what I'm saying? Of course, just fight somebody that's quick, fight somebody that's already tall, but you might be good at stealing the ball. But if that's what you good at, you gonna hone that because every time you go out there, you're like, hey, this is what I can contribute. Cause so like you said, you learn what you're good at, learn what you're not good at, what you need to work on, and I think that made a lot of us natural athletes. You know what I mean? Because the competition was so high.
And you didn't even think about that. You was kind of practicing every day.
You really was practicing every day.
Didn't even know because you was just out there having a good time. But
so when it came time for organized sport, like, oh, we know Drew can do this. Or we know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Like we used to be able to tell the coaches, no, he ain't good at that. He good at that. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, how you? I'm like, I played with this dude my whole life. Like. I know he can hit it 3.
That was pre-organized.
Pre-organized, bro. Knew who was fast,
there.
knew who was slow.
But yeah, it's so interesting to me. Like, cause even like you develop physically, then like you was talking about imagination. Cause we just randomly come up with some like wild stuff, and
I really think that type of childhood greatly impacted our imagination as young adults because like. We were able to see beyond the thing in our hand. Yeah, we got the Spider-Man in our hand, but like we visualizing him swinging from the roof to that wall and holding on to the wall. We holding him there, but it's like my arm ain't there. He really on the wall. Yeah. You see what type of like, even at that age, just refined projection and thought and imagination you got to have to be really into that moment. Yeah. Because we used to be playing and really be playing.
I might say then somebody else going to add something wild. And now you got to like instantly come back to that.
You right. Boo the type of dude, and he gets shot. Hey, okay.
And it wasn't like we were saying, oh, no, that ain't realistic. We going off of
it. Okay, you got shot there. Okay. Now he's swinging with one arm. But I think that helped our imagination. Like, so when we did get older and we was able to like get off into the things that they got now, it's like, oh, I can understand that. Like, I can conceptualize it because I'd have thought some weird stuff before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We didn't made up games. I remember one. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you off mic because me and my brothers made up a crazy game. Like that book just was an abbreviation. It was like A, B, D, F, G. And each word meant something that you had to do in the backyard, like jump, skip, handstand. But it was abbreviated, bro. It was crazy. And we did it in laps. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you off mic. It was crazy.
Boys was doing CrossFit, man.
Bro, that's what we was doing. We was doing CrossFit. But I missed that time, bro, to be honest with you.
That was a simpler time, man. You wasn't really worried. I don't know. I guess that was a privilege because literally the only thing I'd be worried about was trying to play. Like that's all I wanted to do. That was my high. That was my enjoyment. That was my everything.
I think wanting to play was an exploration of yourself. Not to make it sound weird, but it's like, let's see what I can do today. You know what I mean? Like for me, like, okay, we playing basketball. Let's see what I can do today. Or like, let's come up with something that's fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then we didn't have games that we can do like, oh, that ain't really fun. Let's just do, you know what I'm saying? Or, oh, that's kind of boring. But these things, unbeknownst to us, was like shaping us every day. Like, every day you kind of like picked up something, you dropped something off. Pick something, drop something off. Like, and it made for, I would say, some pretty well-to-do young adults who don't get their credit, man. We don't get our credit, bro. We was outside on the phone and virtual. Like we all three, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think these kids these days just virtual. Cause when I do my little field work at one part of the year, I ride around time the school is out.
No,
go through them neighborhoods.
I might see like 2 kids.
I've never seen kids playing outside in Dallas in my life.
Okay, I've seen the most at one point, like 2 or 3, but it ain't like, but they like brothers. It ain't like in a yard. I'm like, man, it used to be like 15 of us, depending on what neighborhood I was in. Like 15 of us out there, like maybe more than that. You know what I mean?
I'm not
like,
say it was. I'm gonna say it just depends on the day. It might just be a movie out there with everybody.
Oh, it'd be those.
It's been some days where it was like just everybody knew.
Hey,
everybody was out there.
Hey, on them days, that's that. Hey, I ain't going home. I don't get what going on, boy. It's wide up out here. You know what I mean? But no. But I will say this: that type of childhood that we had. Like, we kind of a lot of industries stand on the back of that right now. Like we were saying off mic, the whole collector thing that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. But it's not like I don't think it's a lot of like 6-year-olds buying those like collectible things. Mm-hmm. It's like our age people.
Oh, especially like with the Pokemon card. Because my coworker put me on game. I thought I might get a Pokemon card for $5. No, sir. Like Charizard is going for like $9,000 and $10,000, and it's like they rank them, and they got different companies that rank them, and like you got to pay to get it ranked, to get it graded, pretty much. No, the Pokemon card is after, like, it's an industry for that. Like,
I'm looking this up right now,
and they are like extremely expensive.
I'm looking this up right now.
Like they got Charizard's going for, like, I'm talking about like the low grade ones going for $6,000. Like, but you got to think too though. Those are our interest, and
this must say $650.
The older we get, the more money we make, so we got more, to spend on stuff, for nostalgia reasons. Because I do think like stuff like that's nostalgia for us, so that's why
And it's crazy because like those things are so like important and indicative of a era and a feeling from back then in those 90s, that in the early 2000s, that a lot of things these days aren't creating for our age people. That's why it can be $650. This one right here say $6,000.
I wanted to say, no, I got it pulled up like an ungraded Charizard, which means they didn't get it graded. They just saying they selling it for $3,700. And like, because they go by like, they got different companies that rank them, but the PSA people, 10 being the highest, a Charizard is worth $66,000. That's how crazy it is, and it's like, dude, that's just nostalgia for us. And
this must say $6,000.
It's really crazy though, because like I said, I never knew, because my coworker one day I just asked him what he was doing.
You know what's crazy? This the actual Charizard too. Like that's how he looked. Out the pack from back then.
But yeah, man. That's why I say I just don't. The kids these days, and it's like, do you be that parent where you trying to like
force them outside?
Yeah, force your ways on them, or you? I guess you really can't, because they, they got their own little upbringing and stuff.
I kind of want them to be in their own generation, but I just like, I want that value that come from like when we was outside.
I feel like
that code that you get from being outside. I want that in my kids. Though.
I feel like we develop a lot of skills though by playing outside.
Yeah, for sure.
And even like I'm talking about physical, like knowing how to, just human interaction, knowing like how to interact with people and stuff. Like, I feel like you develop a lot just from playing with toys. Like I say, imagination.
Yeah. Imagination, shoot, man.
Motor skills. Like, it's just.
Think of how many people in your hood knew how to just fix bikes.
Yeah.
8 years old can fix a bike. You know what I mean? Like, but like, they was like. Or flip. You know what?
Man, it's some
flipping.
I know some dudes that probably could have been acrobat. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
They could have really competed.
Like they should have did gymnastics.
Like I'm saying, because it'd be some days just after our football class when boys start flipping,
just flipping, like
getting 10, 15 feet in the air, and you're just like,
Yeah,
dang.
they do doing like three tucks.
Casually too, like it's
Casually
nothing.
3 tucks in the air, laying on their feet.
And you know how they learned that? Just being outside, playing around in the yard.
Because you know what? You did it. Now I got to try to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was just that. Yeah, let me see how you do it. I could do more than that. Okay, bet. Competition, man.
I never could flip. Class skip. It was never for me. But you know, I didn't have a trampoline growing up either, though.
Oh, you didn't even want to learn how to flip?
I know, but
okay. I'm about to say what you.
Let me lean on something, man. Let me lean on something.
I'm about to say yeah, but I wasn't the best flipper. I wasn't the best flipper either. But I was a cartwheel into the flip. So see, I had to get my gather.
See, I know how to do a mean cartwheel that'll make it look, but I rotate my hand as I cart, so it almost look like I backflip. You know, one of those.
Yeah, I know that.
But I couldn't just do.
Okay,
I mess around and mess my shoulder trying to do a cartwheel these days.
But I can't tell you last time I did a cartwheel.
I can't either. I can't recall.
I probably really messed my shoulder up.
No, I'm sorry.
I probably will mess my shoulder. Not a good one. It won't be a straight one either. It must be crooked.
Yeah, I don't even know how to.
How you even get?
I don't even want to get too much speed. That's more dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta get.
I need a lot of open space too.
Yeah, I need like a flat surface, everything.
Yeah, I can't do that inside.
We should just flip on gravel and stuff like that. Like that's crazy,
nothing, bro.
And then, you know, it also that time taught us how to live in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
When we was outside or playing with the toys and stuff, like that's just what we was doing at the time.
Oh yeah, that had your undivided attention.
You know what I mean? Like you wasn't really worried about how people looking at me. What should I be doing? You know what I mean? Like you was just like, bro, if I'm playing right now, I'm just playing. You know what I mean? You kind of wanted to look good, like hooping or something. Maybe like get it in there, but like I don't think you had that anxiety about you. You know, I don't think we just had carried that anxiety. Like, dang, if I don't make this shot, everybody gonna think I'm a failure.
Oh, nah.
You know, but you know, but like some kids live under that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with these high flying, they got 10-year-olds that got YouTube channels that are prospects, bro, for college. You know what I mean? Like back then, that didn't even exist. You know what I mean? So there's a 10-year-old out there too that's just a regular dude that just like playing basketball, like, and he looking at his peer like that. Oh, I'm sorry. And but I think back then it wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was good, they was good, but like you didn't feel like a big disparity. It was just like, oh, he out here like I am, you know. So I thought that was just, and I also think that us engaging in that type of activities as kids, like when the digital age did come, which was boasted by us still, you know what I'm saying? Like we made the decision on what was like cool or not cool, you know what I'm saying, or what was acceptable or not acceptable. And we was able, because even like in the 05, 06, 07, even 9, 10, I was still able to like put my phone down. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm not wasn't attached to it. I don't think I became attached to my phone to probably like 2013, 2014. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like back then, like, cause Viva V, my phone used to go off. My phone used to be off. Forgot, I didn't pay the phone bill. Like, it'd be off for like 2 months, but I still be chilling. Like, now that my phone go off for a day, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we kind of had that training just to go without. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it didn't play an integral part of our lives like it do now.
Yeah, exactly.
People be having their insurance card on their phone, their debit cards on their phone,
all their credit cards, everything on their phone.
Alarm clock,
everything.
But I said we just depend on our phones way more now compared to where it used to be something where, I mean, if you had it, you had it. If not, it wasn't the end of the world.
I remember like the phone should be like an activity. Oh, I'm on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm on my phone right now. You know what I mean? Like it was like an activity that you were choosing to do. Like, oh, after I get done with this, I'm about to put this down and go do that. Now it's like,
I'm about to say it's gonna be disturbing to see how, like, not disturbing, but interesting to see how like our nieces and stuff.
Yeah, how they view that,
because they got like iPads at 2 and 3, so just seeing like what they dependency gonna be like.
That'd be kind of
electronics,
sad, bro. And I got nieces, but
that's why I say they dependency to electronics, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
But it's also kind of like interesting to see how like they got people that's 4 years old can navigate YouTube just like
I'm about to say, dude, my niece is 3 and can navigate on YouTube.
Like search, like, you know what I'm saying, add to a watch later folder, like
play her little stuff she like.
Yeah, play her stuff, like curate her own like algorithm, like, you know what I mean, playlists and stuff like that. Subscribe to the people she like. Recognize like, oh, that's her video and it's a different person's video. Like, no, you know what I mean? And that's and you know, there's some pros to that, like just recognition. You know what I'm saying? Cognitive skills are probably, hopefully, they good.
It's just gonna be terrible.
Yeah. You know, it's just gonna be a lot of high thinking, quickly thinking people. Man.
I'm about to say, because even if you just be around like people that's like younger, like middle school, like that age. Like seeing them interact with each other is just like a group of people just being on a phone around each other. And
if they see something funny, just add drop it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even this no more. Look, bro, look at this. It's like they just add drop it. Everybody, oh, that's funny. You know what I'm saying?
I say it tripped me out the first time I was in a room with people and everybody was just on their phone. It was like, oh, but yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see because they definitely even in like our little town, you know, our town, I don't think people just be outside like that, you know, how we were and stuff.
And even if it is, it's something like, I think, you know what I said about it? It's like manufactured. You know what I mean? Somebody get on Facebook, hey, everybody, we going to second today at 4:00.
That's what I say. I feel like the kids growing up, those kids right now, like their punishment is going to be to go outside and you can't be in the house. Yeah. Not going to know what to do with themselves. It's going to be out there looking lonely, lost.
Yeah, no, they definitely have a couple of child rearing techniques out there that like require you like disconnect, make them go outside, you know, for like 2 hours or something like that. So
I say, man, I once that time come for me, man, I want to have space because, hey, go shoot the bow and arrow, go get on the phone,
go do something, man. Go
feed the animals,
don't sit on that game all day and
go water my plants, go do.
But you know what,
go sit outside on the swing and look at the tree line.
But you know, like that stuff like fosters innovation, man. You know what I mean? Like
I really do.
You like you said, man. Like yesterday, how you said, man, I used to know the parts of the flower. You know what I mean? People used to be in that garden. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man.
We used to do so many activities because I remember just like when I don't know what type of flowers they just start blossoming. We pick them and start like tying them together, making stuff. Like, bro, we just do.
Bro, people used to make dragonflies fight.
That's what we used to do.
All types of stuff like that.
Don't give nobody a magnifying glass.
Oh, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, little stuff like that used to be revolutionary. Bro, I stole my mama's magnifying glass, bro.
I remember somebody had an ant farm. I was like, oh, people really had them?
I thought that was just on TV for the longest, bro.
I seen them like once in my childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody broke it, too.
We didn't even talk about, like, toys now. Is it just
iPads in my mind? I don't know. I don't be around kids even like that though.
You know what's so funny? It's so commercialized and so capitalistic that like it be merch that come out with the Disney movies, but people just buy them to have the item. You know what I mean? Like I don't really think you might get you there's like the stuff that's sold at Walmart. Little knockoff toy of Elsa or whatever that they can play with. Then it's the actual Disney, you know what I mean, thing that you can buy, and people buy that and just keep it in a box. Like, I'm gonna sell this.
But it's so crazy too to see like if you go to a Walmart, like how massive the toy section used to be, how now it's just like a couple aisles.
Them are like 2 aisles, bro. The one they're like about 2 aisles.
Yeah, it's not
a boy and a girl. That's it. A boy aisle and a girl aisle.
So that's the crazy thing. Our section, it used to be like
that used to be
4 or 5.
It used to say toys.
I'm gonna say because you had the Barbie one.
Yeah.
Then you have like the toys from like the shows.
Then you had like Transformers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say then they had a straight up truck aisle. You get like the Hot Wheels, the Mo controller ones, and then
that way you got like there you can get the Dove cities
transform. Yep,
you get the Dove cities over there.
I said, bro, they had like different. Then they had like another section for like just like
actual like
outdoor type
and bikes.
Stuff.
That's where the bikes was.
Oh yeah, then you had your bikes, but yeah, you had stuff like just for like the hula hoops and that kind of stuff too.
That's crazy.
Jump ropes.
Remember that big bin of just the
balls?
The balls. Oh, I used to get that fucking bouncing around. Walmart.
People be trying to shoot it up in there and stuff.
I used to just take one of those and just bounce around Walmart while my mom was there, and I just put it back in there before we left.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I used to just do that all day.
I forgot about the thing. They had always had this that thing with all the balls.
That was in our hometown Walmart for a little while though. I think they just took that away. Probably like in the last 5, 6 years.
It's crazy, man, how the toy section just done dwindled because it's not the market. Heck, Toys R Us. No. Bro, that used to be like...
That was the holy grail.
Man, you get to go to Toys R Us.
And I ain't never really went in there like that.
I'm going to say, bro, I probably can count... As a kid, I probably can count on one hand.
Yeah, me too.
Because I remember one time, it was like a thing, bro. We was going to go to Toys R Us, then Chuck E. Cheese. I was looking forward to that. So, I ain't even had no money to even get nothing. Nah.
I almost want to say all the times I've been to Toys R Us was probably with somebody else. Like I don't think my mama bought me.
Bro, I must say I ain't go to Toys R Us much at all, man. That was something. I probably been one hand. That was like the promise. Like that was like bro, nothing but like all just
the whole store.
The whole store.
Toys.
And Toys R Us wasn't like no little small store.
No, that was like a Walmart. That was like a
just for toys.
Just for toys. And then they had babies orders.
Yeah, I say now it's bankrupt because it ain't the same market for toys. Kids don't play with toys, man. They just get iPads and that's it. Then they still get into games, and I think that's the kids' version of toys now when they be buying the little add-ons for their little video games.
Yeah, like Roblox and Minecraft, and it's a ton of those little games where you just run around like that.
And these little add-ons that you buy.
But is it our fault because we made interaction so virtual that like the need for physical interaction is just dwindling? Like you need it, but like how much is like it ain't really just forced on you like it used to be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like because you could survive and navigate this world as a shadow. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my good friend was talking yesterday. He was like, "Bro, that's like my mom." He was like, "Bro, she don't go nowhere." You know what I mean? Everything get delivered, like groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like. Food. If she wants food, she just get delivered. You don't really got to go outside to talk to nobody to do anything these days.
Yeah. Human interaction isn't a necessary part of life like it once was.
Yeah. I think that's, I don't know if I ain't going to say sad, but it's interesting.
It's only going to decline as technology advances more and more.
Well, I'm glad I was born where I was.
Me too, man.
You know what?
You have to play with toys.
You know what? I like the progression.
Yeah.
And that's why we can be like, how many times on this podcast have you said, I just got to get out the house? Probably every episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you're like that because you're like, well, I got the outside in me, but I know what it's like to be on my phone. But I know when I need to just leave that alone. You know what I mean? Because that's still in you. That was what you was born with. That's what we was born with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess we figured out, man. It's crazy world, bro.
Yeah. Sorry that y'all won't get to play with toys and have that type of. It was so fun though. That's why I feel bad more than anything because that wasn't like no bad time. Like that was
fun, bro.
One of the greatest times. So the fact that kids won't ever get to experience that or can't even really imagine it. Because if you say, imagine every street. Kids outside playing, they be like, what? Like outside? Why? Oh, it's hot. Duh. You get used to it. You be outside all the time.
And it be lit, man. It used to be lit. Like
I don't remember ever growing up saying, "Oh, it's too hot. I don't want to be outside."
No, I might say I need to get some water.
Yeah, then you go find your little water hose. We didn't want to go inside to get nothing to drink.
Because like if I go inside, there's a good chance I can stay inside. My mama keep me in there, so I got
don't be letting the air out there.
Yeah, I don't want to hear.
It does not work that way, but okay. Like we was just standing in the doorway for hours. That was the biggest crop thing.
Yeah, that was whack. That was
all the air out the house. No, it don't work like that.
Nah, for real, man. And then, man, sometimes all we just needed was a football or basketball.
Man, or just people. We was going to make it work. I didn't play.
Tag?
Bro, I didn't play games. And we didn't have nothing but us.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Had a good time.
We had a good time. Oh man, and be out there all night.
I remember in elementary school, boys just get that pine cone.
That pine. I remember we got so desperate. And our school was by the corner store. It was by Honey Stop, our elementary. But we just took a bottle, just filled it over some rocks. That was the ball. Slinging that mug around, bro. Yeah, but that pine cone was real. That was the first football for sure.
So people just did what they had to do, man.
Sometimes it used to just be a stick. Somebody
I'm
just
about to say, bro, you just
have a
people,
stick
bro.
out there, bro.
If you had something to play with, cool. But as long as you had people, you had a good time.
We had like this little patio thing in the middle of our apartments in Sussex. And like we didn't have a basketball goal out there, but like we made like the middle of the like the overhang. Mm-hmm. That was the goal. And you had to hit the middle of it. Like if you hit on the side, you ain't score no points. But if you hit the middle, like that's just but like see how like I just explained that. It'd be like 10 people. All agree though. They all agree. Hitting right there is the point.
I'm gonna say I remember we didn't have a go boys, just have a tennis ball, just had to catch it out the house and hope it don't get stuck in the gutter or go over the house.
Yeah. But you see how like we was able to like come up with a rule, kind of be democratic about it. Like, hey y'all, this how you score. Mm-hmm. And you get 10 kids and be like, all right.
Yeah, that's what I said. We govern ourselves, bro.
But like that's the teamwork. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's the little teamwork. That's the little stuff I miss right there. Like I think that's like how did 14 kids agree on one thing? Like,
and there wasn't a bunch of arguing either.
That's why I said because fun ruled everything. It's like, bro, we ain't gonna be out here all day. If that's the goal, that's the goal.
Yeah, we just trying to get to it.
We just trying to get to it. Yep. Yes, sir. You have anything else?
Oh, man,
any 4th of July tips for the people?
No. Juneteenth. We celebrated already.
I'm about to say, I celebrated my freedom already.
Yeah.
They gonna take us off the air for that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But yeah, man, this has been episode 72 of the Transferable Experience podcast. Remember to do all the things on all the things.